Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. Last time we met Kate Sith, and now we can continue on, but to continue on, we actually have to go ahead and go do more quests and best, I guess, as far as I'm aware. And, whatever nation that you decided to pick as your first nation to be the questers. So, here we are in the past again. And we're not in any rush, because apparently these quests are all going to have game day waits for whenever we finish them. So, however long this quest takes, we won't be able to plow right into the next one, supposedly. And that sounds like it's going to get really annoying, because I think it's tied to every single quest. But, such is life. Especially not after the beating my pay took the last time, We have an assailant's unknown method of entry and a victim slain in the dark. Perhaps the chief engineer could construct a machine to calculate the possible vectors and points of... Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I've been so focused on the mystery behind Senator Werner's assassination. You see, I happened to overhear a conversation between some mithril musketeers. Progress report. Nothing new. I've discovered no recalcitrant witnesses, no conflicting evidence on the Senator's movements. We spoke again with the guard who discovered the body. The details of his report remain unchanged. He insists that this room has been locked since the morning. It was empty when he checked inside during his patrol, moments before the Senator entered. The guard you spoke to is honest to a fault. We have no reason to doubt his testimony. Then we can assume the crime scene was unviolated at the time the body was discovered. How in Altana's name did this murderous wraith slip in and out unnoticed? There's one other thing that seems out of place. Out with it, Nicholas. It goes back to the report from the first guard. He stated the following. I heard the Senator's cry and ran to investigate, and I was obliged to break the door open in order to enter the room. He went on to mention pitch blackness when he described the situation within. Why didn't the Senator light the lantern? Is it possible he was attacked before he had the chance? If that were true, then the body would have been found over here, where the tools for lighting the lantern were located. However, it appears that the Senator walked into the center of the room without touching those tools at all. Why would he have gone so far into the room without a light by which to see? That is unusual. There were no signs the body was moved either. You can only assume that he blundered through the dark of his own accord. Perhaps Senator Werner was fleeing from his attackers before he was stabbed, although the guard reported only a single cry. One presumes he cried out the moment his assailant plunged home the dagger. Well, I guess it depends on where he got stabbed. They said, what was it, multiple vicious stab wounds to the chest? So he got stabbed from the front. I guess you would scream? I don't know. I don't know if it would be different than plunging a dagger into your back. But surely you've seen that interview with Christopher Lee where Peter Jackson's like, apparently originally wanted him to like scream out like, ah, when he got like stabbed by Wormtongue in the movies or whatever. Something that didn't happen at all in the books. And Christopher Lee was like, no man, when you get stabbed, it's not a high-pitched squeal or scream. It's more like a because you just your lungs just got all the wind pushed out of them because a knife blade pierced one of them, and then also the force of your attackers strike is pushing the air out of your lungs. So, like, you do this, like, raspy, choking gasp like he did in the movies. So. A murderous wraith and a victim slain in the dark. What do you make of it, Nicholas? I honestly couldn't say. I have several theories, but I need more information to make a final judgment. I used to study in the same classes as Mithril Musketeer Nicholas. Even back then he was famous among the students as the sleuth who solved mysteries like the case of the vanishing grimoire and the case of the missing professor. And yet this case has even Nicholas stumped. I guess that's why I've become so obsessed with it. Now where was I? Ah yes, we must consider the surface area of the floor and the potential speed of the fleeing assassin. Who goes there? A child? This is no place for games, little one. Captain Clara! You see, I'm not here to play. Then why are you here? Oh boy. I can't believe Mithril Musketeer Captain Clara is talking to me. Not about to break under interrogation, are we? Well, just see that you don't come sneaking in here again, okay? Yes, ma'am. Is there something amiss, Captain? That child was poking around in Chief Engineer Sid's laboratory, the room where Senator Warner was assassinated. He what? That's not possible. Yes, no one here is to blame. Not the sentries, not the guards. No one is at fault. I've been alert the entire time. How did he get in there? Dun-da-da-da! The same way the killer did, baby. Alright, well, that was Pagdaco, aka Iron Eater. So it's off to talk to him yet again. Gotta love this Bastock S music. By the way, the S at the end of the zone names, if I've never said it before during a Let's Play, it stands for Shadow Rain, or Shadow Era, or Shadow Rain Era, something like that. Because this is the era in which the Allied forces of Altena fought the Shadow Lord. You feel me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you even watching? You want to know why I snuck into the metalworks? Or how I snuck into the metalworks? There was a guard at the entrance, so I crawled through the ventilation shaft. What were you thinking, Pagdaco? Your recklessness could have gotten you hurt. But I've heard so many humans say that maybe Elder Were and Gumbo were responsible for the Senator's death. I thought if I could find the real culprit, their names would be cleared. Is that what they're saying? Those humans will take any opportunity to drag us down. I'll admit, there may be a few individuals among the Galcan community that didn't shed a tear at the Senator's death, but that doesn't mean we'd stoop to murder. And I'm ashamed as a fellow Bastocan that any would accuse your elders of such. Elder Were, Gumba, and Mithril Musketeer Volker. The charge for inciting civil unrest has been dropped. There's no need for you to continue your investigations. It's great news. Did you keep up your sword practice while I was gone? Things are back to normal, I guess. President's dog! You think you can just waltz in here after accusing our elders of such foul deeds? Calm yourself. This man is not one of the troops who arrested us, and he was gracious enough to escort us this far, knowing full well the reception he would receive. Though it hardly begins to address this injustice, I apologize for the affront against your elders. I defer to Gumba's wishes this time. Let us be on our way. Don't fall behind in your training, Pagdako. This Volker is a man to be watched. He may one day be a leader that both Hume and Galka can follow. So unlike his uncle Ulrich. Ah, the informant. It appears that the weapons found in Grauberg were so old as to be completely unusable. Have you ever heard of a race called the Antika? They are ant-like beastmen that nest in the Kuzots region, the former homeland of the Galka. Those weapons belong to the Galka slain by the Antika many moons past. Were and Gumba kept them in that cave as a tribute to the fallen. Losing a companion to war is always painful, no matter how many times you experience it. After losing an entire homeland, not to mention countless friends, I can only imagine how deep the well of Galkan sadness runs. Volker! What is it? What's happened? The envoy escorting the Sandiorian ambassador on his way to fill the diplomatic post here in Bastak has fallen prey to a Quadav attack. Baronet Dueler? I'm afraid so. According to the squire who managed to break free, the ambassador was taken into a mine shaft that has an entrance to the Pasha marshlands. A mine shaft? Then we must set out before they have a chance to flee too deep into the tunnels. There's a goblin here in town by the name of Blatherix who has knowledge of the mining complex. I sent Nicholas to speak with him. The captain has ordered you and Zay to launch a rescue mission at once. Understood. We leave immediately. Okay, so speak to Blatherix at F8 and trade him either 30 goblin chocolates or 5,000 gil to receive a mineshaft key. Goblin chocolate is sold by Poctrix for 35G each. Well, we're not hurting for money, so I don't really care to go to the trouble to save 4,000 gil. I'm a trader. You got anything to trade? You want information about the Quadav mine and the Pasha marshlands? You bring me 30 chunks of goblin chocolate and we'll talk. Or maybe I'll lose my tongue for 5,000 gil. Alright. There you go, buddy. Now you're talking. Well, now I'm talking to be more accurate. There's an entrance to a mine shaft in the Pasha marshlands. You'll need a mine shaft key to open the door. Just so happens I have a mine shaft key you can have. It'll break when you use it, so make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, so he just says the same thing again. And the mine shaft key says... Okay, well, now we've got to go to Pasha marshlands from Grauberg S. And we know, I remember that there's a survival guide that's like right there, so we might as well go that way. The guide also makes note of that. feel like using my scythe, or do I feel like I should probably just use the Ragnarok? Well, I mean, I've used the Ragnarok so much lately, though, and I feel like using the scythe still. Besides, I don't even think I had to swing it last time. So we want... No? Wait. We want the Gustavsberg front? Yes. Yes, that's what we want. And back in the day, you'd just take Narcissa's campaign warp. Because back in the day, you would have done a shit ton of campaign battles. And like, you'd get teleported right to where it says Grauberg Gun Tower, that little red square. So you wouldn't even really be that far away. I think Wings of the Goddess has a lot of locations that are pretty far apart from one another. But like, it was probably the quickest travel time back in the day compared to any of the other expansions. Even compared to Treasures of Adargan, like, they really did slowly ramp up teleportation and kept putting more and more teleportation into 11 as the years went by. Let's split up and find this Cloud of Mineshaft. We don't know how many enemies we face. Dividing our forces may be unwise. Have you lost your courage, Zaid? You missed my meaning. The Squire spoke of a well-planned ambush. I'm suggesting that the Quad of Scum may be prepared to deal with a rescue effort. And if they were, we are Mithril Musketeers. They could have 100 soldiers lying in wait for all the good it would do them. Your pride will lead to your destruction, Volker. You doubt my ability? You waste precious time. Alright, so got a little bit of a nod there. We gotta go all the way to F5 up near Hoaxmarsh, I believe. And let's just take our mount. Even though I'm not in a hurry, stuff is strong enough in this area to aggro us, and I don't really feel like busting out trusts just yet, so... yeah, like, I guess the base game had the teleport crags, well, I guess 4 teleport crags because of the one in Zarkabarg Bard, the crystal in Zarkabarg. It's not on a crag, but it's there. And then Rise of the Zillar added in Altepa and Yotor Jungle teleport crags. And then... or well, teleport crystals anyway, for White Mage teleports. And then, I don't know at what point they added an outpost warping, but that's been a thing for a long time. Even at, at the 75 era, it was a 75 era thing. Then they added in, they've always had the spell warp and warp 2, and those count. They've also had items that warp you back to your home point. I don't remember when they added in the survival guides. I'm pretty sure it was after the level cap raise, slightly after. It was something that whenever they added it, I didn't even know what it was doing. I didn't know what it was adding. Maybe they added it in at the same time as Fields of Valor, or shortly thereafter, because it works off of tabs or skill. But I don't actually know. I'd have to look it up. But I guess after that, let's see. Chains of Promathia, I don't think added in any teleportation. Although maybe the ring, the Tabnasian ring and the Ducal Guards ring and stuff like that counts. It's city-specific teleportation items. Treasure of Aragon had region-specific teleportation with the runic portals. And then Wings of the Goddess here has the whole campaign battlefield teleportation so that you can, which it wasn't actually added in so that you could get around really quickly. It was added in, I mean, it was so you could get around quickly, but like it was added in. The idea is you see a campaign battle is being raged. Like you can see campaign battles even when you're not in the zone. Like you see how Laval here has a little sword on its circle and Rolandberry Fields has a sword on the circle. That means there's a campaign battle actively being waged there. So you could look at your region info and know where to teleport so that you could make it to campaign battles. Rather than, you know, just going to one area and waiting it out. Then they added in more teleports that teleport you to the Abyssia Maz when Abyssias came out, and then every time an Abyssia add-on came out, they added in 3 more Abyssia zones, and so that was 3 more zone teleports because they're all in different zones. And then Void Watch came out and added in Void Watch warps, which teleport you directly to where the Void Watch fights happen. Which opened up a ton of different teleports, even a teleport to Pergo Norgo Island. Ruhot's Silver Mines. Huh. Or Ruhot's. Either way, I haven't heard of it. Yet. Hope we can use trusts. Ambassador Dueler! Where did you come from? Uh-oh. We're getting ambushed by Quados that appear to have adamant maces. Explanations will have to wait. To arms! Man, they are really close to where we start out. That's a little scary. Alright, we can use trust. That's awesome. So we'll use Volker and Zaid just because they're out here. Let's see. I guess Rongalouts is works for me. I don't know how hard this is. I just know we have to kill. We don't even have to kill all of these. We just have to kill most of them. Which shouldn't be too hard. I mean, at least with trusts, anyway. Although, wow, they don't seem to have a lot of HP. Music is really cool. Lionel's taking him out. And I just keep missing. There we go. Let's use spinning slide. Oh wow, we didn't take out the Safarines. Oh, you scattered. You're scattering. How dare you scatter? Oh wow, they're like. I guess we killed their leader, and they're just like, fuck this shit, I'm out. But honestly, I think it's to make the mission take longer. And maybe to dissuade you from just killing their leader or something. I wonder if they regen health if you leave them alone long enough. But yeah, you don't have to kill all of them. You just have to kill their leader, and this guide says 6 of the Safarines. There's no end to these turtlebacks. Maybe I should have listened to Zaid. Oh shit! That was some circle blade there. That was like extra special circle blade. Captain! Ambassador Dueler, I apologize for the delay in your rescue. Elbiant and Dueler. You fine soldiers had not appeared when you did. I imagine I would currently be enjoying the hospitality of Dida's torturers. My escort was slaughtered to the man. Dida Adamant first. Younger brother of Zada Adamant King and commander of the Quad of Elite. What were the minions of the Quad of Monarch's brother doing in this mine shaft? Now is not the time for questions with no answers. We must see the ambassador safely to Bastokan lands. Stop by the metalworks upon your return. I would speak further with you. Hey look, it's a demon and a guy in a crimson scale mail. Oh, but he's actually an Ahriman in disguise. How about that? Marquis Amon. So he has escaped. I missed the opportunity to infiltrate the security of the Republic. No matter. My next plan already approaches fruition. We have the secrets gleaned from Sandioria's own reconnaissance. These fools of Altana have an alliance in name only. So many ways to bring it crumbling down. Alright, well, now we got to go back to Bastok, but Bastok in the past. And I don't see an outpost, but back in the day the fastest way to do that would be to go to the outpost and just have the outpost guard warp you to your past nation, home nation, or your allied past nation. That's what I'm trying to say. So I guess we should just hop on Mount. Let's do Ixion to be Wings of the Goddess appropriate. If the Pashao Marshland zone in the past had music, I would totally like whip out Trust and just run. But I honestly don't even remember where the outpost is in Pashao. Or well, like the campaign outpost, that is. The outpost in the modern day is over near Otmarsh. But I'm thinking that... Wait, do the Allied forces even own this one? They do. Okay. I guess we can root around and try to find it. I don't think it's near the maw. Although, we might want to go touch the maw and make sure we have it. It's a good idea to get all the maws. They put one in almost every original zone. And the way you activate them is you go back in time to the Shadowrain era. And you get sucked into the active maw, and that allows you to use the desiccated maw in the present. Kind of a way to force you to go through all of the Wings of the Goddess zones. Although we might already have this one, because I know I rode through here back when I unlocked Scholar. Yeah, well, and rather, no, you unlocked Scholar and Elvium Necropolis. What am I talking about? When I went to Bastock S for Scholar AF Quest / to get my enlistment into the Bastocan army or whatever. Okay, so like we do this. We might have already done it before, and if we've done it before, nothing comes of it. But if we haven't done it before, then it'll say like Cavernous Maw in Pashel Marshlands becomes active or something. Okay, yeah, so I guess I was smart and I did it before. But it's been so long, like, since I started this Let's Play. Because, you know, like, I did, like, the first, like, 50 or whatever it was, 51, 52 episodes towards the end of 2021. And then Endwalker came out for Final Fantasy 14. And I did, I didn't, like, touch it for, like, a full year or whatever, so. Now, there's a survival guide down there. I don't think we can go into Budu in the past. We might be able to. That would be kind of weird. I don't remember being able to, though. We'll see if the campaign outpost is up where the modern-day outpost is. Because it could very well be, and if it's not, then whatever. Like, we have like 2 more cutscenes to get, and then we're gonna have to wait a game day anyway. So we've got like 25 minutes or something like that. Maybe a little bit more even. Yeah, the quest line might actually be interrupting the Wings of the Goddess story far more often than I remembered. Although I'm pretty sure it peters out at some point and you stop doing the quests. But like, I think it's like 3/4 of the way through, more or less. I know that the very last missions for Wings of the Goddess and the very last quests, they came out, I think right after the cap got raised to 80. Because I remember doing them with my my Link Shell friends, my Assault Static. Okay, yeah, so the outpost is in the same location as the present day. Stray boar. Swing. Oh, I know the bow gives me regen. What else is giving me regen right now? Oh no, it's sanction. They're not a sigils. Let's give me my second tick of regen. Tell me things, man. I hear you assisted in the rescue of a Sandiorian ambassador. Captain Clara will see you now. Look at that absolute territory. Adelheid got game. I was just examining the architecture here. Yes, most fascinating. Well, I mustn't dawdle. There's work to be done. A Tonberry? And similar assassinations have plagued Sandiori in recent months. So Ambassador Dueler tells me. The string of murders in the Elven capital have been attributed to Tonberry agents. The Ambassador was kind enough to examine the Senator's body for us. It appears the stab wounds were practically identical to the ones suffered by the Sandiorian victims. The Tonberry's targets were all knights that have warned of the true danger posed by the Beastman armies since before the war began, much as President Prian and Senator Werner have attempted to do. It seems we have our culprit then, but there are still two mysteries left to solve. The method of entry and the location of the body. Ah, the Ambassador's savior. If you could just wait over there until... You can explain what happened to the Senator? Well, we'd love to hear your theory. Zaid. Let's start with the first mystery. How did the assassin enter a locked room? The ventilation shaft. The ventilation shaft? That's how that Galkan child was able to enter the laboratory undetected. That makes sense. The Tonberry would be small enough to make use of the same route. It appears entering the room was the least of the assassin's concerns. On to the second mystery. How do you explain the location of the body and the darkness in which it was found? Let's see. You say the Senator chose not to light the lantern? Why would he walk around in the dark? He was distracted. What would so consume his attention that he wouldn't light the lantern first? I think I understand. Now, I once read a book of lore that described how a Tonberry would place a lantern on the floor to distract his victim, while the assassin positioned himself for the kill. The Tonberry likely placed his lantern at the far end of the room and then simply waited somewhere out of sight. When the Senator entered and approached the mysterious light, he was attacked from behind. The door was probably locked by the assassin to buy time for his escape. While the guard was occupied with the locked door, the Tonberry sheathed his knife, picked up his lantern, and disappeared through the ventilation shaft before the alarm was fully raised. It's also possible that the assassin merely hid within the shaft until the lockdown of the metalworks was lifted. Even with such planning, the lack of bloodstains anywhere near the victim speaks highly of the assailant's skill. So that's how it happened. An assassin sent by our enemies seems the most likely theory. However, it is said that Tonberry seldom forged alliances. Has the Beastman Confederate's influence spread so far? Or perhaps there are still many details left to uncover. Zaid, Volker, continued the investigations. Understood. What is your name? Calm Wind, is it? You've performed a valuable duty here today. First and foremost, you are to be rewarded for your courage in assisting the ambassador. Secondly, your insight has shed light on what seemed an unsolvable investigation. The Republic thanks you. Oh, she gave us an adamant ingot. How about that? That is... Hoo-wee! Sweet. Okay, so we got like... 18.5 minutes to kill or something like that. So, I could either just end the video here, or we could go do something else for a little bit. And I guess I'll choose to go do something else for a little bit, because why not? There are other things we can do, such as the Zinni Notorious Monsters. Because before, when I showed you Zinni Notorious Monsters, I don't even remember which one I did, if I did any of them at all. I think I just showed off getting the soul plate with the soul trapper, and then like making love in the club or whatever. Oh god, excuse me. But I think I racked up like 9,000 Zinni, so that should be enough to show off Tier 1 ZNMs. And I think with Trust, we could probably beat all the way up to Tier 3. But definitely not Tier 4s. I mean, I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility. Like, you probably get a Tier 4 pretty far down with Trusts. But then again, I mean, the Tier 4s are the H&M varieties that have, there are H&Ms that have magic. So it's like, but the Tier 1s, they're just basically special NMs. Same thing with the Tier 2s. And then the Tier 3s are like special NMs that also have a few like really bad things about them. I can't even remember them all. But how may I serve you? Tell me about... let's go with Ob. And I give you this lure item. With it, the creature you seek will surely be enticed into coming out of hiding. Obtain flask of cog lubricant. You use up 1,000 Zinni. I recall a hunter friend well versed in Ottergon fauna telling me that this creature is native to the Azadal undersea ruins. Your adventurer's instinct should reveal to you the suitable location to place the lure. I have every confidence that you will not fail to locate that which you seek. Okay. Cool beans. Now then, give me a couple other ones, because we gotta kill like multiples of these to get things. Chigger, I think, would be good. Adwea Subterrane, huh? I don't remember fighting Chigger and Adwea. Or Adiwa. Sorry, it's hard to say that without putting the W voices. I'm also trying to remember how each of these ones work. Because maybe I need to look up the ZNM chart. Okay, so ZNM chart. Come on now. So basically, yeah. Okay, so Ob, Claret, and Brass Borer all give the same key item. So we want to take... We grabbed Chigger, so we want to take one of the other ones. don't really remember which ones are which. I guess I could look up the NMs as well. Cheese, order Gigi Rune. Periodically runs away towards his spawn point and then return. The distance he runs depends on the type of mine he drops. A single mine deals approximately 500 damage, will cause him to run only a short distance, not out of sight. Multiple groups of mines deal approximately 100 damage each, will cause him to run a long distance, far out of sight. Will very likely link with surrounding kickturns as it runs away. If it becomes passive, it will aggro the players that spawned it and become reclaimed to them immediately. He drops Armadillo Quizzes, which give 15 attack and accuracy during amnesia. So not really that great. And a Beast Slayer, which gives level 75 Blue Mage Sword with 42 base damage, 20 MP, 3 Dexterity, 3 Vitality, and Beast Killer effect. And the Beast Killer effect is plus 15%. That's pretty potent if you're going to fight beasts. What about Volping? Sylphid EP, and then a Karura Hachigane. Huh. It's a really good thing if you're gonna use Garuda. I guess we'll do Volping. Yep. Although we probably won't even get to kill all these, because like by the time we get out anywhere, the game day will change. Biogeom Woodlands. Trade a Hellcage Butterfly at the Mystery Spot at D10. Okay, I think we can take the Book Warp actually. It's saying use the Void Watch Warp or something to Mamook. But I think that's outdated information. Not a lot of people do ZNMs these days because they don't really drop anything worthwhile. The only reason to do them really nowadays for endgame people who've been playing the game for years is to make another mythic. But for us, they're content. They're stuff I can show you that's part of the game's history that came out slightly before or around Wings of the Goddess time. Pretty sure it was around Wings of the Goddess that ZNMs came out. It was a late addition to Treasure of Atagon, and as I've said before, I think we just go to Mamook itself. Yeah, that'll work. Each expansion in Final Fantasy XI, with the exception of Rise of the Zillart and Chains of Promathia, at least I think. No, I'm pretty sure they were the same. Yeah, they came out. They didn't release the entire thing in one fell swoop. They released the new jobs it would bring right away, and they released like the first like third or fourth or fifth of the missions, and then would slowly trickle them in. And sometimes, particularly with Atragon and Wings of the Goddess, like there was overlap. Like Wings of the Goddess came out before. Oh, god damn it! We could try fighting them, but I don't want to waste time. Okay, we'll just wait just a second here. And we'll turn around and walk out and not run forward before we can see things. Oh, yawn, 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 yawn. Iron Giant because we can. Alright, we're at D12, so we just need to go north to D10. I guess the survival guide to Wadjum would have also been fairly close. It's 2 squares away either way you slice it. Although I guess the survival guide up there is 3 squares away, but you don't have to zone again once you teleport to that one, so it's kind of like, you might save yourself like half a minute if you use, you know, Mamooks over that one, since it doesn't really matter in the long run. Cause like people will be like super hyper efficient about going places. They'll be like, oh yeah, if I just teleport here, teleport here, teleport here, I only have to use like 4 teleports, and then only have to run like this way. I only zone 3 times, and blah 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 blah. And then like they get there, they do the fight in like 2 minutes, and then they leave, and they're like, man, I'm done for the day. There's nothing else that I can do in the game that matters. I guess I'll just AFK an Adeline for 55 hours. Okay, Hell Cage, Butterfly, Mystery Spot at D10. We are at D10, so we're just looking for a mystery spot now. I guess that's it. Okay, so we will pull out the lineral. Do I want Zade 2? Yeah, I want Zade 2. And then Kutada. And Almia. And a Pururu. I like me some of Pururu. And Sanraku gave us the Hell Cage Butterfly. And bada bing bada boom. Oh, we've got a Volpang. A Volpangu. However you say it. That. Then we will put on our Absorb set and try to take its stats. Because we can! Because we can! Ouch! Jesus! Ooh, that's a nasty weight effect, too. Damn, I hope I didn't underestimate this thing. I took your TP. You still got your TP move off, but I still took your TP. Alright. Ooh, that's a Savage Blade. Darn it. Zade beat me to the skill chain. It's okay though. I don't think Zade put Bio 2 on it, which at this point I don't think matters, but... Oh, look, we got full drops. How about that? Now the only thing I actually care about is the Karura Hachigain, because look at that. Just Garuda's perpetuation cost -2. That doesn't make Garuda free, but I think that makes Garuda my most MP efficient avatar on Summoner. So that's pretty cool. The Sylphid EP is a pretty nice sword too. It's fairly high damage for its delay. But obviously we have like the Martial Analyst and the Joyuse, and way better, and the Excalibur, way better swords than this. But I don't know. We might as well check it out sometime, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can NPC it. But you'll notice that Volpang did not give us the key item seal. So these tier 1s... I think something about ZNMs is you have to kill them multiple times, potentially, to get their seals. I don't remember how it works exactly. But, oh, wait, no, it's his wing, it's his wing. He dropped his wing, and we trade the wing to Senraku. Oh god, I'm sorry. I tried to get the mic away in time, but I sneezed. Oh. Okay, so that's one ZNM down. Day change isn't happening yet, though. So we might have time if we just ride up to where is Chigre or Chigre or whatever. Huh. I don't remember fighting Chigre in the Adiwa subterranean. I remember fighting him out in the woodlands. But this thing is telling me second map of Adiwa subterranean. So that's strange. We're technically closer. I don't know. Let's see. Wachoam Woodlands. So yeah, it's the entrances from Wachoam Woodlands. Well, the day change is about to happen. Well, you're not really missing too much for Chigre. It's a blue Chigo that has every possible status effect as an in effect on its melee hits, and it inflicts a different one every time it hits you. So basically, it's gonna status ailment fuck the line rule while we try to kill it. I don't think it can be killed by critical hits either, like normal Chigos. I think. I don't know. It's been a long time since I fought it. And it's blue. It's very noticeably blue. But I have the distinct memory of fighting the damn thing in either Wachoam Woodlands or Bathau Thickets. And I don't know why I have a memory of that, but I do. So I'm, like, wondering if they changed something on me. But, maybe my memory is just shoddy. You know, I can't remember everything with pristine clarity, so please feel free to doubt the veracity of all the claims I've made about the different eras of the game now. So my new job's working out pretty good so far, although honestly I haven't really gotten to do anything managerial with it. Let's try Shikarizi. The thing about it is, it takes like a week from requesting stuff to get all the managerial, like, requests in the computer system out of the damn way. I have to get sworn into the computerized bureaucracy to be able to actually do the job they hired me for. And normally in that time period, a new assistant manager would be learning the ropes of the daily operations of the hotel. But because I worked there for 4 years, about a year ago, like that I ended about a year ago, when I quit the first time, because I wasn't getting promoted and I wasn't getting a raise, and I fucking deserved them. And they promoted some guy who'd been there less than 60 days who didn't know what he was doing. Although apparently he became hot shit afterwards, so it was a good call on their part. They lucked out. But I kind of remembered everything about how all the operations work. I don't remember every little detail, but I can do the entire front desk job, any shift, like, not flawlessly, but better than any new hire ever could hope to do, even after, like, being there for, like, a couple months. So, I just need, like, a refresher, and I'm good to go. And so, like, I haven't had to learn anything yet, other than, like, oh, hey, you're going to be dealing with paperwork for corporate soon. It's like, okay. So E8 is, I guess, near that lake? Yeah, we'll try to kill Chigger. But then we're gonna go back to doing Wings of the Goddess. I would have loved to have fit Ob in here, but I was too slow. Oh, those look a tad scary. Incredibly tough with low evasion and defense. Oh, if it wasn't for the fact they were all gonna link by attacking one of them, I'd probably EXP here. Like a good place to EXP. Oh, Fossorial Flea. I think those can petrify you. Oh, then they actually give decent EXP. What about that? How about that? Okay, yep, this is the Chigger part here. Demon blood, huh? I don't think that's valuable these days. I don't care. Alright, let's see what happens. Where is it? Spoilt blood, of known favor of the notorious monster Chico. Chigger. Alright, let's see if we get... No, we're poisoned already. Oh, we're blind now. I'm gonna stun your ass. Give you a bio 2, because I can. She opened darkness for us. The Shantatoth say. She wants to pull hate. He might actually reset hate or something. Some monsters in this game have some really weird hate mechanics to them. Hello. Swing, swing, swing. Very easy to kill. And we got him as an item to give the Sanraku. The complete and well-preserved corpse of arguably the rarest member of the Chigo family, Chigger. Actually, I think people used to say it Chigure or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a Chigger, because Chiggers are like a real skin mite in real life that can get into your skin and give you like horrible itchy rash, and you have to like, I don't know if you have to cover the area in alcohol or if you just have to go to the doctor and they have to do some sort of like calamine lotion thing. But either way, they're really bad. They will make you itch like a son of a gun. But for now, we are gonna go back to Wings of the Goddess, because now we can actually progress the missions. At least for a couple more missions. We're gonna run into quest again, so... And I think we're gonna run into quest again, like, pretty soon. We're gonna get to do, like, maybe 4 missions. And, I mean, we probably won't even get through all 4 missions today, but whatever. So, of course, we don't even actually get to go to the missions proper. We have to do Burden of Suspicion first in Bastok. But it could be worse. It could be worse. I wonder if the Sylphid EP has a unique model or anything. It probably doesn't. It probably looks like every other EP in the game. And I'm just gonna book warp so I can pick up Sigil again. Sigil by itself, without any of the extra bonuses, is actually better than Signet. Like it lets you keep your TP when you rest. I think it gives increased resting HP and MP, and then obviously you can pay the credits to make it. Whoa, hey, Bastok markets, please. You can pay the credits to make it have the extended regen refresh and the extended food buff. I'm just taking the book warp so I can pick it up. We don't really need any of its extra buffs, so we can save some of our allied notes, I guess. Although I do like getting those extra buffs. I mainly just like having the area or regional buff that you get in each of the game's eras. They don't apply everywhere, but I like having them. So, oh right, Gentle Taiga again. Meow 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 meow. I'm here to team up with Mithril Musketeers, please. Back again. Ah, calm wind, just the gentleman I wanted to see. There's something we'd like to ask you regarding your relationship with the late Senator Werner. Would you accompany me, please? Calm wind is here to see you, Captain. Thank you, Nicholas. Zaid Volker's investigation turned up a link between you and the Senator. I think you have some explaining to do. So, this interesting turn of events actually put you in the employ of Senator Werner. And the Senator's plans for the Z-Foot you retrieved from the Goblin? You were left in the dark as to his intent? I see. The Z-Foot in question was found during a search at the late Senator's office. This instrument is used as a tool to communicate with the Anthika, the beastmen that inhabit the desert region of Kuzans. We believe it is connected somehow with Senator Werner's assassination. The Senator had hired the services of a certain mercenary organization. Engelhart, the man who acted as an intermediary between you and Senator Werner, is one of those hired soldiers. And mistakenly believed to be part of this organization, you were sent to acquire the Z-Foot. It also came to our attention that you were threatened by Chairman Pale Eagle. Can you substantiate that claim? The warning leather? Come on, Calmwind, you can do it. You say this note was pressed into your hand by a Galka unknown to you. This is valuable evidence. If we have the letter examined, we may be able to determine the author. Dieter, huh? First we had Dueler, now we got Dieter, huh? If that note has anything to do with Chairman Pale Eagle, then it becomes evidence in the conspiracy case to incite unrest among the Galcan citizens. In which case, I request said evidence to be surrendered to the military police. Conspiracy case? Gumba and Were were absolved of all charges. I thought that matter had been laid to rest. Not completely. That is why I insist on attending these impromptu hearings. Well, this is a quandary. How shall we handle this, Captain? Officer Dieter, though our objectives differ, we share our duty to serve the Republic. I have no intention of withholding valuable information. However, this note may be pivotal in our investigation. We must have the writing examined immediately. If, in spite of our situation, you feel the need to appropriate the evidence, then I must insist that you lodge an official written request. Very well. You will be hearing from my superior. Your cooperation is appreciated. If there's anything else you recall, please contact the Mithril Musketeers. Ballin'. I don't know if she trusts us or not. Uh-oh, Adelhide's listening in again. What are you, a spy? Mm-hmm. Just passing through, huh? And I think she wants Nicolaus's dick. That's what I think. She wants a third D in her name. If you know what I mean. Oh, is that a hot elven female over there named Faltavi? It is. Ooh, la 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 la. Okay, so we gotta go talk to Englehart. Because he was who was mentioned, and I guess we're gonna go ask him if he wants to testify or some shit. I don't know. Well, what is it, Calm Wind? I'm a little occupied right now. Motherfucker's trying to tippy-toe away. Oh, motherfucker did tippy-toe away. Ernestine, huh? What a name. You should slap your parents. Were you followed? Of course not. The Mithril Musketeers have yet to learn of my involvement. Go to the base in the Eldium. Lower your voice! The base is secure. If we deal with matters promptly, there won't be a problem. Tread carefully. I always do. Except apparently you can't see me standing behind Englehart, like right over here. Literally just watching you. Okay, so now we've got to go to the Eldium Necropolis S. And, we gotta go to the J-10 entrance. I've been thinking about trying to do a campaign battle on screen just to like give more of a feeling to this expansion, because that was actually what you spent most of your time doing when this expansion came out, was, you know, campaign. It gives great XP, you get allied notes, and you know, you feel like you're fighting a war against the Beastmen, especially back in the day when there was tons of people actually doing it. Nowadays, a person with item level gear can plow through an entire legion of beastmen like they're nothing. And at 75, we can actually use trusts in campaign. And we can actually take on not like a whole legion by ourselves, but we actually can do pretty well. We can turn the tide. So it's pretty cool. There's NPCs that fight alongside you, like the Allied army basically. Let's see. We want the Norvalen front. We want the LDM Necropolis. We want to make love in the club. Go to the southern room at G9 and fall down the center hole. Follow the path and make a left turn at the fork and go up the stairs. At the top, enter the room to the north at I-7. Check the sarcophagus on the east side of the room for a cutscene. But if I don't want to? What if I want to be left alone? Come on. Come on. Okay, give me my silent oils and prison powders. I'm gonna break out my trust just in case. Not because of the campaign battle, mind you, it's because we got stuff we might have to fight, and obviously we want it to go smoothly. I'm just whipping Sid out because we know that he participated in the war effort. So technically he's more accurate for us to use as if he were a real character, but meh. Look at that number. That way we're not incidentally aggroing anything we don't want to touch or see. Although I don't really know what kind of monsters lurk in here back in the day. Oh man, that is a dead campaign white mage. Oh look, it's campaign monsters. Alpha Null Anders. Oh, they fight what look like Temple Knights. Oh, what are Temple Knights? Okay, well that's cool. Hellhound, easy prey. Feldrate Ruhent. Oh, okay, that guy looks like he's gonna kick some ass or something. Oh look, instead of ground up gravel, there's stuff. Okay, so southern room G9, fall down the center hole. This is the center hole. Woo! Hey, there's actually like broken stone. I like it. I like it. Okay, everything is easy prey so far. To us here at this is 75. I hope this campaign battle music gets assassinated during the cutscene. I don't want to be listening to it. Oh. Well, I guess we're fighting some orcs. I dropped invisible too early. I was stupid. I was a fool. I was a foolish fool. Come on, Calm Wind. Last Resort's giving you a big old delay reduction. Hop to it, man. Hop to it. Scholar's testimony. We don't need that. We already did that. Check out the Curse-Maker first. Ooh, look at that orcish helmet. Pretty cool. Also, why is my inventory so full? I know I pulled out the... I guess it's the Z&M items and that Farmer Codex I bought last time. Now, this is way more than 4 orcs. Whatever. North at I-7. Okay, so there's 4 orcs in the room itself. So I guess we weren't supposed to kill the ones that are outside. But man, suddenly there's so many. Hey there, beautiful. Has anyone ever told you that I have beautiful eyes? Oh, whoa, what was that weapon skill there? Fiery tailings. Oh wow, so it's got AoE weapon skills? I didn't know that. Maybe he only gains to him access to him at 70 plus. I'm a little bit sad when the weapon skill doesn't do its sound effect because of hitting maximum like audio sound effect like saturation or whatever the fuck. Okay, so I think we checked the sarcophagus. You hear an odd skittering sound coming from beneath the sarcophagus. Hey, what do you think you're doing down here? Hey, look, it's Werner's guards again, but they're wearing masks and they're ogre leather, whatever, or Tarama leather, coral leather. An odd sound, you say? I don't hear anything except your impending doom. This place is dangerous. I suggest you make tracks. Dude, it's a fucking ant. That's a warrior ant. What in the... Uh-oh. They got sand trapped. Damn, bitch, you got your ass handed to you. Dude, dude! Zayd's like, I ain't having any of your shit, you antique piece of scum. What? An Antica? How did that get in here? You're one of Senator Warner's hired swords, aren't you? Let's hear what you have to say about this. So the Mithril Musketeers finally tracked us down. I knew Englehart was getting sloppy. Bitch, you were way sloppier than fucking Englehart. He at least tippy-toed. That Antica was being held here by order of the Senator. By order of the Senator? He believed that the awesome military might of the Antican Empire could be harnessed for the war effort. An alliance with those butchers? Even the ambitious Senator would not suggest such madness. It is true that the slumbering legions of the Antica are so incredibly vast that their numbers would easily tip the balance of this conflict. But to have dealings with the ancestral enemies of the Galca... There was no idealistic plan to negotiate the Antica's integration into the allied forces of Altana. Senator Warner meant to control the Ant-Men using an improved version of the Zfoot. This prisoner was nothing more than a test subject. Good goddess. No such abomination will take place while I have the strength to wield a blade. Warcloud, no! Never speak that name again, Volker. We must treat this beastman as we would any prisoner of war. Besides, it barely has the strength to... Do not underestimate the Antica. They are bred to be killing machines. Your precious ethics and morals do not exist for Antican soldiers. One tiny slip and they would turn on us without the slightest hesitation. You understand their nature well, Galka. There's little point in taking defeated Antica as prisoners, even should they manage to return to their homeland. A fate crueler than death awaits them. And the Senator wished to control such unfeeling monsters. It's hardly surprising that President Pian and Chairman Pale Eagle chose to oppose this reckless plan. The President knew of this? It seems quite a few things escaped your notice, Musketeer. Perhaps you should discuss it with him upon your return. My apologies for tailing you, Calmland. Your ties to this mercenary organization were our best lead. The Musketeers were actually well aware of Englehart's position as an intermediary. It was in our best interest to allow him to operate unhindered, at least until we had what we needed. To be honest, we began to doubt your integrity when you spoke with him again. However, that female agent seemed to have no idea who you were. You obviously have no deeper connection with this whole affair than the one you described. Once again, I apologize for our suspicion. I never would have believed the Senator capable of something like this. We must report to the captain at once. I want to do both Zaid and Volker with deep voices, if you couldn't tell. But, like, I have no, like... One, I can't really do a deep voice that well. And two, like, I have no distinguishment except trying to make my voice gravelly, which I can't even seem to do consistently. It's a sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. I suppose it could be worse, though. Oh, come on, man. Oh. Did you experience like a little lag there? I think it was like a hiccup. Okay. Sometimes you just feel like seeing guillotine, okay? Of course, that used to be the go-to scythe weapon skill for almost every standard fight against like EXP monsters and trash. Sometimes even against more serious things. Alright, so now he's got to talk to Gentle Tiger again, and then talk to Blatherix for some reason. Man. These inventory issues are starting to really bother me. I'm gonna put some stuff away here. Oh, we passed Gentle Tiger. My mind was on the goblin. free to pass. Captain Clara is waiting. The statement made by Englehart matches those of the mercenaries we detained. It appears you were telling the truth. To be honest, until now we weren't completely convinced by your tale of coincidences. And I would warn you against sticking your neck out where it's likely to be chopped off. But it seems your brand of recklessness was necessary to solve this case. Perhaps I should have given you command of the investigation in the first place. Captain! Merely a jest, Volker. Ah, Volker and Zaid. How goes the investigation? President Priyan, now that you ask, there are certain matters involving the Antica. Mr. President, perhaps I can be of assistance here. Considering present company, perhaps we should postpone this discussion. That won't be necessary. There's nothing to hide. This way, please, Mr. President. Chairman Pale Eagle. It was a plan proposed by Senator Werner following the assault on Port Bastock. The Antica? Correct. Just thinking of the possibilities an army of unbreakable morale and overwhelming numbers could provide. Unthinkable. You must be aware of the horrors the Galkan people have suffered at the hands of those creatures. I must side with the chairman on this. It may well be possible to manipulate the Antica with the technology you describe, especially if the chief engineer lends you his expertise. However, even if you manage to defeat, what if they were to ever break free of your control? The risks are too high. With the fate that lies before us, how can you not be prepared to take that risk? The invincible armada of the 3rd Division, the pride of the Republic, is still languishing in an unrepaired port, while the fighting 4th has been all but decimated in the Battle of Grauberg. Do you mean to sit idly by as devastation reigns upon us? I understand your concerns, Senator. However, please consider the situation. Should this suggestion become public knowledge, can you imagine the outcry from our Galkan citizens? I shall speak plainly, President Priyan. Are we really in a position to plan around the delicate feelings of the Galka? Senator! Simply cowering in fear of the enemy will do nothing to improve our fortunes in this war. I mean, that's kind of accurate, but like, you can't control fucking ants, dude. You're not an ant queen. The senator went ahead with his plan regardless, I see. President Priyan. Richter Karst. Mr. President, I must speak with you regarding the recent Public Defense Council and Chairman Pale Eagle's... You're free to voice your concerns. Continue. Senator of Mining, Derek Karst, requests a meeting of Department Representatives to officially dismiss Chairman Pale Eagle from his position of office. We have confirmed the threats made by the chairman against the Senator of Defense. That information should still be under investigation. We have just had word from the security office that the writing in Coleman's note matches that of the chairman's secretary. Oh, it switched to being Nikolaus, my bad. However, we discovered that the secretary had already been apprehended by the 2nd Division Military Police. Already apprehended? Yes, Captain. Apparently, the secretary admitted to obstructing Senator Werner's movements. The military police confirmed our evidence without our authorization, and they call it the security office. There are many in the Republic who supported the late senator. They probably wish to deal with this matter internally. Then we must act quickly. But now we have this business with Senator Karst and the chairman's resignation. We have no way of preventing knowledge from this situation from reaching the general public. Damn it! Does my father even realize how this makes me look? The investigation committee has issued a summons for Chairman Pale Eagle's immediate presence. Very well. I would present myself before this committee without delay. Do not be concerned for me, President Priyan. I shall accompany you. I have the utmost faith in you, Quill. Huh, have we seen the name Gwill before? I mean, that's obviously Pale Eagle's Galkin name. Senator Warner and Chairman Pale Eagle have sought to undermine each other at every opportunity. Is it possible the Tonberry assassin was recruited as a pawn in our nation's political struggles? Nicholas, what are you saying? It's just a theory. Now is not the time to encourage such inflammatory speculation. I served under Chairman Pale Eagle when he held the position of legatus. There are still a good number of Galcan soldiers in the Republican Army that respect his word. And Senator Warner commanded a similar number of supporters, I would imagine. The military police concern me the most. I would only hope that they refrain from inciting the Galcan populace. I'm rather more worried about the meeting of department representatives. What could the senators be planning? This talk is getting us nowhere. The most effective action we can take as Little Musketeers is to uncover the facts as soon as possible. I must return to guarding the President. Return to your duties. Yes, ma'am. You did well. Allow me to escort you outside. Oh, and there's Mrs. Absolute Territory. And she's thinking about it. And matters have taken a dastardly turn. Chief Sturm? Do you have me mistaken for someone else? You know what? I have her trust. I should use her. How could Chairman Pale Eagle be a suspect in the assassination case? What is this nation coming to? By the way, I heard from Operations Division's Chief of Staff, Adelheid Sturm, that the Mythic Musketeers have employed you as an assistant detective. Even Captain Clara has come to rely on your talent. Judging by how often she's asked for you by name, keep up the great work. Oh snap, Captain Clara wants that calm wind. Detective skills, if you know what I'm saying. And I don't know how we're supposed to go talk to Blatherix, but apparently he's going to give us our reward or something. That's what this guide says anyway. I don't know what that's about. Ain't you the assistant detective working with the Mythic Musketeers? They're important customers of mine, which means now so are you, and I would like to keep my customers happy. Obtain an elixir. Okay, well that's not like a direct quest reward, but whatever. Anyway, we're about at an hour, almost at an hour 40, so I think I should go ahead and stop, even though we didn't get to an actual Wings of the Goddess mission today. We're on the quest that you have to do in order to do the missions. But, soon enough. We will get to those next time. So, thanks for watching, stay safe, and have a great day. And I'll see you again. And, check out this Shadow Rain era Mog House, because it's not a Mog House anymore. It's the Mog Barracks, baby! Oh yeah, look at all them weapons up on the wall. And how many fucking bunk beds they got in here. Why can't I get a bunk bed in my normal Moogle house, man? Holy shit, I love it. Anyway, see you again.